Gaznabal is banned from the Europa League. That's what happened.
Officially. Okay, let's touch on that quickly, because I sat there today and said, hang on. Like, what do you mean Palace can't play in the Europa League that they qualified for? But Forest, who didn't qualify for it, are in it. Lyon are in it, even though they have the same owner as Palace, henceforth the kerfuffle. Even though I thought we were allowed multi-club ownership because it's all over the gaff.
So we are allowed multi-club ownership. However, we own the owner, the team that manages it. So let's say like Ineos owns 2 clubs. They have to have 2 distinct, separate, leadership chains. So that's why Girona has its own team that runs that. They don't run Man City, so on and so forth. You have to have 2 distinct ones. In terms of Crystal Palace and Lyon's case, they were running both teams at the same time, like the same team. So it was just it was a bit.
So why are Lyon in Europe?
Because this is when it's stupid, because how UEFA do it is by league positions. So let's take, for example, like Man United and Nice were in the same competition and they're run by the same team. If Nice finished 4th or 3rd in Ligue 1 and the Man United finished 4th in the Premier League, or 15th, whatever you want to do. I'm just saying for purposes. So 3rd in Ligue 1 and 4th in the Premier League. Despite the Premier League being a higher tier competition, Nice finished technically higher in their competition, so therefore Nice would get Champions League and Man United would not, because that's how UEFA works. They don't take trophies into account, which is stupid.
Listen, and as much as Robin has dotted the I's and crossed the T's there, let's have it right. Yeah,
it's a farce.
Once upon a time where. Listen, if you know, it's funny you brought up Man United and Nice. Let me tell you something right now. If you think Man United will be the ones demoted to the competition below, you've got another thing coming. There is no chance in hell that's happening. Because United finishing 15th will still be ahead of Nice, who finished 3rd.
They would move heaven and earth to get United.
I'll tell you that right now. Because I remember, Oscar, I'm sure you remember this time, because we were living in the same house at the time. I remember 2005, yeah? Liverpool win the Champions League. Yeah, didn't finish in the top 4. And you couldn't, what's it called? The top 4 teams were the only teams that got into the Champions League in England, right? None of this thing about the winner has to retain it, has to go and fight, defend it rather. But they somehow, because Liverpool won it, they wormed their way in, right?
Oh, no, but brother, do you know when we started?
Do you know when we started?
Brother, we played flipping TNS.
They went round 1. They went round 1.
They were called Total Network Solutions when we played them. Under the new Saints. Whatever the hell that means.
You telling me how many preliminary rounds you had to go through? You featured the Champions League music was played at every event. It was every event it was played from qualifying 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everton got knocked out of the competition in the qualifying because they had to go and qualify themselves. Because I remember
Villarreal, I think it was.
Yeah, they got knocked out by Villarreal.
And do you know who was up? Do you know who was up front for Everton at that time?
Desiree Job.
Marcus Bent. And that's what this whole situation is. It's a disgrace. If Palace have not followed the rules, then why are they in Europe?
Yeah.
Well, why are they in Europe?
Because it's now a demotion system. They got rid of the kick out system. It's now you get demoted.
No, but Oscar's got a point. If it's so bad,
I agree with Oscar. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying why it is.
If you fail to comply with the rules, how can you enter a European competition?
Because here's the thing, Oscar. It's because 2 teams didn't comply with the rules, right? Because Lyon are also in this conversation. But the fact that, as Robin rightly pointed, Lyon finished, I think, 6th in Ligue 1, and Palace finished 12th. Do you get what I'm saying? Hang on. The question is, how can both teams register themselves in football competition when you've got an ownership of this here and there? Like,
guys. So just to go on a detour, I'm a bugging. I saw in January, Lyon were in a relegation zone, and they had to
relegated. Lyon were relegated.
As of May 31st, Lyon were a League 2 side.
I mean, like league standings, like they were down.
They They were.
They were like in the relegation zone, kind of like having a bad season. Lacazette weren't doing too well, and then they finished fifth.
At the start of the season, they couldn't afford to pay their players.
Yeah, oh, right.
Players weren't getting paid at the start of the season.
Who's that manager?
Yeah, he's talking about the dark. That's a good question.
No, he's next up. He's next up.
But do you know what's the worst thing about this for Palace? Because Palace are only in this situation is because how does a team plan that they're going to be in the European competition when they're never going to be in it? They had to basically anyone that's had a multi-club ownership model has to register by March 1st that their two ownership models are distinct from each other and do not correlate. Palace are extremely unlikely to feature in Europe. It is a borderline miracle that they qualified.
Well, we're here now.
Yeah, we're here now, but it's sad. No, but do you know what it is though? Because they won it. They should have had opportunities to do it afterwards. But UEFA were like, nah, rules are rules. And
listen, in March, where are you? You're at the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. You know, no one's there. Like maybe. But
in fairness, buck up your ideas, man.
It's clear, but do you know what though? Were they aware of this rule up until
yeah?
So that's even worse. So if you were, because they would be forgiven to not have known. Because this John Texter guy, he's got Botafogo, who's in the Club World Championship. Which, by the way, I think at Leon's final game, he was wearing Botafogo merch. So this guy's got he manages them, he manages Leon, he manages Palace, and if he's got one other unserious side up either in Australia or India, then these men are going wild. So it's not like this is I honestly, the people, the football administration needs to have a hard look at themselves, because even if you think, even if it's Wrexham could make a FA Cup final. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter like who the team is. They should have knocked on the door and said, listen, you will not be able to register for a league game, a cup game, anything before the season starts. We're not talking in March about a competition that's going to be taking place next season rather. No nonsense. The football admin UEFA has let them down. Did you hear what UEFA came out with in their defense at CAS when they were saying, were Palace given a fair chance? Because Palace's defense was, we were not told until the end of the season. Turns out UEFA was sending emails, right, to a non-official Palace email address. So all season long. No, guys, you think I'm joking?
Outlook.com. What do you mean,
bro? What do you mean unofficial?
Bro, like info at as per my
Gmail 23. What the hell?
Bro, it was like info at CPFC or some nonsense like that. That something generic.
Oh, the multi-user account.
You know the ones. Better man got that shared inbox. Man's got the shared inbox.
Better man are flagging it and not acting in it,
The UEFA's case,
leaving it till Monday and it's not getting done.
Yeah, UEFA was saying we were flagging Palace all season long. 2-2s now. Parish pulls out the emails and says, "Hang on, this is not even our email address. What are we doing it? This is the UEFA, the administration of UEFA." I said, "No, this is not serious, man. Not serious. Honestly, it's madness, guys. Madness." Anyway, can we move along?
At least they got European football, and I think the Conference League will actually pretty done. So let's see what happens.
It depends on how much the fee is of each competition. So, say for example, if you win the Europa League and it's like 5 million, you win the Conference League, it's like 3 million. I'm with you. But if it's like 50 million in the Europa League and it's like 10 million in the conference, I have a bone to pick with somebody. We're gonna fight this. We're gonna fight this. Do you know what I'm saying? Go on.
It's cheap, bro. Look what it did for West Ham. There's no money there.
Yeah, you'd like to. Yeah, honestly, I think the same. I feel like there's no money, but I don't think there's money in the Europa League either. Something tells me there's no money.
There's more.
The prize is you get into the Champions League.
And you get into the Champions League.
Well, true. But as in, like, okay. Besides where you go, as in terms of just like when we get that trophy, what money does that come with?
Yeah, the actual pot, the Europa League pot.
Bro, yeah. You know, like when Arsenal lost the Europa League final to Chelsea, it was better for Arsenal to lose because we didn't have to pay bonuses. Can you imagine? So Chelsea paid more money for their bonuses, obviously, because with everything added. But Arsenal took more money home from Baku home.
That happened last season. Like apparently, like was it João Felix or someone? Just their win bonus took up like half of the pot. Do you remember?
There you go. Exactly. Well, there you go. That tells you everything.
Anyway, completely forgot about that European final. Completely
So
forgot.
Thursday night to be smashed. Sellers Park, mate. I mean, listen, unless you're a Holmesdale fanatic, you're not going to get no tickets at a European night there, boy. They're going to be selling out against AEK, friggin' Athens, blood. They're going to be selling out.
Man, nah. Endo, try, man. You can get tickets.
Palace will sell out. Are you mad?
Palace will sell out.
South Bucharest. Lord,
Bro, Panathinaikos, they're selling out, mate.
Holy cow.
Yeah, shout out. Anyway, let's move it along, right? So